Hey guys, Coach Pollock back here with another episode of X's and O's Coach Talk. Listen, we've been talking in the last two videos about using shifts and motions to manipulate the defense, and we're going to add to that today by adding an unbalanced formation with some motion that I think will be an advantage for you guys in terms of being able to continue to take advantage of alignment issues that defenses have with both formation and boundary, FIB, and unbalanced. So right here, we're going to start off on the left hash here, okay? And we're going to be in a tight end over formation here, all right? And I'm going to put the running back in pistol this time, okay? So we got a tight end right here, all right? All right, and we got our X receiver off the ball, all right? So we're already posing a problem for them, okay? Now, if they're sitting here, like this, they just go nickel corner, safety corner, okay? All right, what you can do is you can orbit motion him, okay? You want to use that orbit motion a lot with this situation coming behind these two guys, because you know, chances are, I mean, they got to figure out how to handle this. If they start, you know, again, if they start running this guy down, run the glance under concept behind his head, okay? You got a really good chance to get a big play, okay? But let's just assume that we want to start off the game and we want to run the ball right here, and we're trying to set up that glance for later in the game, okay? Well, in this situation, I've got him right here in a situation with the orbit motion, and I got him in pistol. Well, you know, I can just come back with inside zone right here, all right? And we're going to work here. We're going to work here. You know, we're going to have two natural double teams. We're going to sift this hole right here, and quarterback's going to open up, and I'm just going to give him the ball right there, all right? And that gives us a great opportunity to also whip the ball out here after the fake if we want to, okay? So I love doing this out of the motion with the unbalanced and the pistol formation with the inside zone. Now, another thing you can do, you can come back and do this. Say they get in a situation where, you know, you motion across, okay, and they start rotating here, and they got the corner here and everything, all right? Well, you can still come back with the counter for you gap guys, you know. We're going to double team here, all right? Pull that center, lock here, okay? Now, there's a couple things we can do, all right? We can go old school counter GT, okay? Or if we want to, we can go counter GY right here. You can still pull that tight end from the inline. I know you wing T guys with the crisscross know what I'm talking about. You can because wing T guys pull that guard and that tight end in line like that on their counter play, and you know, I think sometimes people have gotten away from that because we're so used to playing that tight end off the ball. It doesn't mean that guy can't do that, okay? So that's a good way to do this, and that's an excellent way to use this motion, have a couple of really solid run plays here, and come back with the orbit and the bubble right here with the orbit back, or I mean orbit receiver, excuse me. And like I said, you got that glance under combination that you could throw right there that can really give them problems, okay? Now, another thing that I like to do, okay, besides shifting the tight end and using the orbit, is I like to shift the back. So say you're on the right hash, okay, so you're sitting here, you've got your back set here, all right? And, you know, you got a lot of defenses that they base a lot of their front stuff, you know, they may end up going here, you know, because and playing him in a 7 because maybe they want to play the 3 technique away from the running back. You know, maybe they got a tendency on you. They want to play that 3 technique away from the running back here. So then you go nickel corner, safety, safety corner, okay? Well, what you can do if they do that, all right, say you shift the back, okay, which means they may shift the defense, which is fine, okay, and now once the back gets set, bring that orbit back across, bring that orbit back across once the back gets set. Like I said, you've made them make another call because of the back, and now they're having to go from a 2x2 to a 3x1, and they're talking. Well, look what they've done here. Once they go here, say they start rotating, bring him in. I mean, boys, it don't get much better than this right here. With pin and pull. Okay, right here. All right, and you're going there, and you still got your option backside to do that. And there again, like I've said in the other videos, you still got the glance under concept. When they start really coming downhill and trying to take this away from you, you got a really good play to take advantage of what they're trying to do to take your orbit bubble away. Okay, all right. So let's look at another thing off this. There again, a little simple thing here, where we on the right hash here. We got the back set right here, okay? All right, and then, so say they want to play this kind of a look here where they want that 3 technique away from that running back. Give us an under look. Nickel to the field, okay? So like I say, we're on the right hash right here. All right. Well, then we move the back. Maybe they shift those guys. So now we've got a nose playing 3 technique and a tackle playing 2I, which is not what they want to do. And then we come back and we go motion here. All right. So now we're messing with the secondary. Okay. And so they come in here, so they start rolling back, coming down, buzzing down, whatever. Whatever they're trying to do to get it. And like I said, you got your orbit opportunity right there. Well, if you want to right here, you can come back with the counter. All right. So we're gonna double here into him. Okay. If they move him to a 3, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. There again, we can decide here, pull that tight end. All right. Hit that back right there. Okay. So like I say, you got a chance to run pin and pull. You got a chance to run counter. 2 plays we've already talked about. 2 easy things off this same formation and motion here that gives us the advantage. And there again, don't forget my glance under to come off of that. I really like that if you can't tell. Okay. So let's just keep in mind that when we're designing our plays, let's think of different ways, motions, shifts, back movements, things that we can do that can really affect the defense's mental preparation, and also get the defensive talking and thinking about adjustments instead of thinking about the basic plays. Because I'm going to tell you something, they're going to spend time all week working on this adjustment. You're going to spend all time running counter, okay? You're going to get better running counter, and all they're trying to do is figure out how they can line up to it. And like I say, you're going to have a couple little wrinkles off of it that if they don't line up right, you can really get them. So, hey, I hope these things have helped you out. This is great. This is great stuff right here, and I really feel like it's an addition to your playbook that you're going to be very pleased with. You're going to have a lot of return on investment with this, because this is easier to install, because you're not installing new plays. You're just getting to new formations with some pre-snap movements that's going to cause the defense problems. Hey guys, until next time, go Buffs.